Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the DC universe, or the upcoming, new DC universe with James Gunn, but more specifically, Superman, which of course will be the first film kicking it all off, and I think be the second project after Creature Commandos releases at the end of this year. So we've known for a while that the end of June, which we're in right now, the last week of June, would bring us some public shoots for James Gunn's upcoming Superman film, where we would most likely get some, good shots of not only the characters, but maybe also some plot-related stuff. Nothing too spoilery, hopefully, but just a crumb from the captain's table to get us by, if you know what I mean. Now, of course, we did get the suit reveal for Superman around a month ago or something like that, or 6 weeks ago, but it was met with some mixed responses because the actual reveal itself was a bit lame. It didn't really give the suit, we didn't put the suit in a good light, but there was some hopes that set photos of the boy in blue in the suit in action and not scrunched over trying to put on a boot would reassure people on what was coming their way, and it looks like they have, at least in my opinion. Now, I didn't 100% hate the reveal photo. I thought it was just pretty disappointing, but of course, the internet either has people 100% hating on it, saying it's the worst thing ever, like, oh my god, burn it, or they're glazing it to the next level and they're saying it's the best thing ever and nothing could ever beat it. So yeah, I think most were hoping some set photos would give some more legitimate responses and honest thoughts and let people go, hey, and at least get a proper judgment on the suit, whether they're going to like it or not, but at least have a decent look at it so they can actually make a proper, decision on whether they like it or not. Now, just some minor spoilers, because we're going to go over some set photos, but there is nothing that really spoils anything to do with the plot, at least from what I can see, just that these specific characters are in this specific scene or this portion of the film that they are, filming. There's maybe like one thing. There's like one thing, and it has to do with like something on a character's suit that obviously leads to something happening earlier in the movie or earlier in the specific scenes or something like that. We'll bring it up when we need to, but it's minor. Like it's not going to ruin the movie for anyone unless you're a bit weird. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on all the stuff we go over. Do you like the looks of the suits? Emphasis suits that we're seeing, and just the general look at the film that we're seeing through these set photos. And if you have any theories, let me know. I know you might have something, I don't know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down there. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and want to show support, you're looking forward to this movie, you want to drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. So the first shot here is just a shot of Superman. David Corenswet in the suit. It's obviously a much better look than the initial suit. It's probably the best like close-up in regards to like the details of the suit. Look, I still don't like the lines. I don't think anyone really likes the lines or loves the lines. I think some people are like, I'm fine with the lines. I don't like them. I think they are a bit distracting on the suit, but I can live with it. My minor issue is that I think the suit's really like classic in design, but also modern design. So a really good combination of the two. But it really makes me wish the emblem was just normal. I don't know, now that the suit is like, this is how we look at the suit, I sort of wish the emblem was just normal and not trying to be different. But at the same time, I don't hate it. Like, once again, it's the internet, so as I said before, people either are like completely against it or they love it and they have no criticisms. I don't know. I don't hate the emblem, but I just sort of wish it was the classic emblem at the same time, but I'm fine with it. Like, I can definitely live with it. But you can see the belt there is probably the best look of the belt. It looks weird, but it works. It's sort of weird. But I like that the belt actually like goes onto the trunks as well. It's not just a random belt above the trunks, because that can happen. I like that the belt is actually a belt. It's almost like it's keeping up the trunks. But yeah, that's probably the only issue is that like there's a lot of lines on the top half of the suit, like in the torso and the arms area. And then on the legs, it's like minor lines. Like even in this shot here, you can't really even see any of the lines outside of like this little bit on his right leg, like his right and our left. But yeah, I like the cape, like how the cape drops down and stuff like that. So I like the look. It's a bit weird though, because we'd seen on the newspaper thing from the other day that like the curl was in the middle, but now over here it's on the side. So I wonder when they did like some pre-production, they were doing early photos, that they've changed it, or maybe it's weird, like maybe the curl moves around. I don't know, but that's something minor. Obviously hair moves, so I don't know, maybe that's just a weird thing that happens. The next photo here, we get it's the same sort of shot, I guess, of Superman, but on the left here you can see Mr. Terrific, played by Eddie Gathegi. I think it's Eddie Gathegi. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he's playing Mr. Terrific, and obviously it looks incredibly comic accurate. I'm going to move on from this photo here because you actually can see the front there, but here you can see the back where it says terrific on the back. Get a better look at his attire. And then on this one here, where you get like another, I say back shot, that sounds a bit sus, but a back shot here of both of the characters, you can see the fair play on his arm, which of course is very comic accurate. Now the issue with this is that it's not that special because Arrow did a very comic accurate Mr. Terrific. I think the only difference here is that the Terrific's on the back. I don't know if that, I don't think that was on the Arrow version, but the fair play thing was on the Arrow version of Mr. Terrific as well. So it's nothing overly inventive here. It's just cool to see that they're sticking with that as well. You don't see him with any T-spheres though. So there's, I don't know if you see, there's any like, yeah, he's not holding any or anything like that, but his jacket is open. So maybe he reaches inside and grabs them. But the one thing that's like maybe a minor spoiler, it's like minor if you even want to put it that way, is that if you look at the left foot or left boot of Mr. Terrific here, you can see that he has a bandage, almost like a bullet hole or something's gone through his foot, and he's quickly bandaged it up with some, well, bandage. So that's it. But back to the back shots. Once again, not too sure that's the correct terminology that we want to be using, but on Superman's cape, he does have like the full-on yellow version of his crest there, which is very classic, whether it is going back to the comics or even going back to the Christopher Reeve iteration of the character and the cape and stuff. So that's cool to see, because we weren't too sure if that was going to be the case, because you obviously couldn't see that in the reveal photo from whatever it was, like 6 weeks ago, whatever it was. But that's cool to see, though I don't know how often you're going to see this. Some people don't like it, which I'm actually fine, because it does look a bit random. But I like it because it fits in with that, like the classic Superman that I'm used to. But I can understand someone not being the biggest fan of it. But I like it because I like it. So sucked in if you don't like it. Actually, I don't want to say that. That's a bit harsh. But I can understand why some people don't like it. But for me, I like it because it goes in favor with what I like. Once again, here's another suit. It's a bit weird though, because if we look at this shot here of Mr. Terrific with some, like, there's some camera people there helping. I think they might be showing what they look like. They might be playing back the scene that they probably just shot. I have seen people commenting about the color, like how like this one, it's like a more like navy blue, or not navy blue, but like a darker blue compared to that shot we looked at earlier. And I think it just comes down to the lighting of like the camera. Like this shot here with them together, Mr. Terrific and Superman with like the, you know, the camera people or whatever, that's obviously in the sunlight. But then this shot here earlier on, the first one we looked at, it's like in the shade and stuff. So it just changes how like lighting looks and everything. So I think like on camera, that one with like what they're, you know, this one here with Mr. Terrific and Superman there looking at the footage and stuff, I think that's probably what it's going to look like in the movie more than anything. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. Now, the next couple of shots here have to do with Lois Lane and just some Daily Planet people. So the first thing here is Lois Lane stepping out of this contraption. What's this? Well, it's Mr. Terrific's T-ship. I don't know what they call it. Like it's like his it's like his carrier, like his aircraft vehicle. I can't remember what it's called. It's skipping my brain for a minute. But you can see Lois Lane here stepping out in a very like Lois Lane attire and stuff. So this is the first look at her, and you might be wondering, well, who's behind her? Well, that is Perry White. So I don't know why they're in here. Did they go in here for cover, or were they elsewhere? Because obviously this, if you've seen the other stuff we've talked about, they were they're filming in Metropolis, like essentially outside of the Daily Planet or near the Daily Planet. So I don't know if they go in there for hiding to stay safe, or I'm not too sure exactly the context behind it. That's for us to wait and find when we find out when we watch the movie, but they're in here for some reason. And then here is another shot of Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, before going on to film as Lois Lane. So yeah, that's all the stuff there. But then there is another shot here of Lois Lane and Superman. Obviously, I think this is not while they're filming. I'm not too sure. It's hard to tell. I don't think they're filming at this point. I think they might be after a shot or something like that. But yeah, that's just them together. I think that's one of the big things that people are wondering about is the chemistry between them. But I think like they went through such a process with it. It'd be very surprising if the chemistry doesn't work. Like if you go through that process and you stuff up the chemistry, then that's really not a good sign. So that's something I'm not really that worried about. I think that should be something that's, I don't want to say a certainty, but I'm pretty confident will be done pretty well within the film. Now, the only thing that's a question mark, because I actually waited a bit, like the set photos have been coming out like since I woke up until about half an hour ago or something, but about half an hour ago from when I'm recording this video, they wrapped filming for the day. Now, there was someone seen on set who they didn't get set photos of filming, and that is Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, or just Nicholas Hoult. So we can see him right here on set. But the thing is that this is day one of them shooting in this area. They didn't do all this just to film there for one day. So I wouldn't be surprised if he came today to maybe do some prep, everything like that, for maybe filming tomorrow or the next couple of days. So that's why he was there. He's just not going to hide away and then turn up and just film in this location. They probably wanted to, you know, do some prep there, or maybe he was just coming to check it out. Maybe that's a big thing. Maybe he's not even filming in there. Maybe there is no Lex Luthor in this scene. He was like, hey, I got to be there. I want to go see what they're doing down there. I want to be a part of that. So that might have been why he was there. But I guess if there is going to be a new Lex Luthor, we'll probably find out in the next couple of days. But obviously this isn't, I don't think this is the attire that Lex Luthor would have been rocking in a scene like this for Superman. But I don't know, maybe James Gunn's really changing it up. I'm not too sure. But yeah, based off all these set photos that we saw here, like obviously it's like, you know, minor, I guess, in the context of the larger film, but it was really just to see the suit, and that, because that's what really people were wondering about. I don't think anyone's wanting to see these set photos to see if someone dies or something. It's just to get that feel and see the suit in proper action and all that stuff. Like the Mr. Terrific suit, I'm not blown away by it just because it is from the comics, but we'd seen it something like that pretty much to a T, no pun intended, before on Arrow. Like it's pretty much the same suit. Like there's nothing too massive there. But the Superman one, just because of how disappointing, at least in my eyes and to a lot of people's eyes, that initial reveal suit was, or that reveal picture was, like 6 or so weeks ago, whatever it was. To get this, it adds reassurance to me that the suit actually is an arse. I know there's still people going on about like the bagginess of it, but even if that's the case, I'm sure it's going to get removed in post. Like the weird bagginess, like just general bagginess, like maybe like if he bends his arm and stuff, they'll probably keep. But like around his like middle, around his chest and torso, there is a bit of bagginess, but that gets removed in post. Like you see that a lot, especially when people have like masks and stuff like that. They take out those crinkles and stuff to make it seem more smooth. So that's probably going to be the case. I'll be surprised if it's not. But then again, James Gunn maybe wants there to be some imperfections with the suit just because that's how it is. I don't know. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go, like, I think a lot of the set photos that we're going to see over the next handful of days are going to be very similar to this. Like, I don't know if you're going to see like this ridiculous amount of more characters showing up and stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of this, just like from like different perspectives, different angles. Like we know that Nathan Fillion's not going to be in the scene because he's filming another show. So I don't know. If there's something worth talking about, I'll probably make a video, but I don't want to be making videos on just the same crap. You know, it just gets a bit, repetitive. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, here's another angle from this exact same thing. Like, you'd probably want it to be at least another character or something, but we'll wait and see. But based off this, I like it. Yeah, we'll see what we get in the near future, if you want to put it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts on these set photos? Yay, nay, any criticisms, let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.